Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm a guy called Joe. This is Bootstrapping Guides, and today we're going to be going over Google Data Studio and how you can share out your reports. Before we do that, we'll do a little bit of cleaning up for it. In our last video, we added some data controls up top over here and made those a report level component, meaning you can see it across multiple different pages. So one of the things that we want to clean up is to make sure that you can actually select it on all the different pages. We didn't really account for it before. So that's one of the things that we'll do first, and then I'll show you how you can share this out. There are a couple of different ways you can invite people to the report to take a look at it. Right here, you can schedule email deliveries, you can get the report link and share it. You can also embed the report or download it as a PDF. So first things first, let's go over to the edit version of Google Data Studio so we can clean this up a little bit. Action event, as much as I love advanced filters, I don't think it's actually that useful unless you're giving the report to someone who's a little bit more nifty. Typically, you'd want to use the access controls to be really simple, so that whoever's looking at it or during a presentation, you can just do it real quick. So that's why I typically go with date ranges and drop downs or checkboxes if we need to use one of those. So let's go ahead and just delete this first, delete that out, and then we can make these guys bigger again. So remember, that's shift and then click on multiple. Let's bring this up. And then these guys, let's make these a little bigger again. There you go, snap to grid. So once we have that, let's go over to page 2, make sure that we can select all of it. So what we'll do here is click on that, right click, and then order this. So send it to the back. That way these controls will always be up front instead of in the back. And then we will go over to the search stats page. It's the last page. You'll notice that clicks is in front of it. So we'll take this. We'll hit the shift key, select that, select all these. Let's send these all to the back. And then just real quick, test it, hit the view icon. Can you select the clicks? No, not yet. Let's actually edit that. Hold up. Should be able to. Might need to actually bring this down so that it's not overlapping. So instead of that, let's select all three, bring this down a little bit. And then take this, right click, order, bring to front. Hit the view again. We can click on it now, which looks good. It's probably not going to affect this page, but it's there anyway. The same thing here. So what we actually might want to do is let's shrink this in height. Click the view button, and then we can select both. Okay, this looks good. So the way that you want to share it, there's a couple of different ways. So when you hit the share button, if you hit the big button, you'll be able to just include people by their email address. You can select if they can view it or edit it. This is a decent way to do it if everybody has access to Google Data Studio and you want them to take a look at it in Google Data Studio. So basically, when you give them the link, they're going to see it like this. And they'll be able to tab through everything. If you give them only view access, they won't see the edit button. They'll only be able to do this. Refresh the page report. They can duplicate it so they can mess around with it themselves. You can also set up the types of information that they can see. So go over to not that. Let's go into share settings. Let me just try to remember here. Let's close the report settings out. Go to the layout. Oh, here we go. Right, so the layout, what you can do is you can set the header visibility. You can do always show, auto hide, initially hide. This is actually this top portion here. So if we say auto hide, and then we can move the navigation somewhere else, let's say drop down, hit the tab, hit the view button. And you notice if we click away from the top, the header up top actually disappears. And then if you hover over it again, it'll reappear, and then you can do whatever you want there. Then that's kind of what we have. Let's actually go back to edit and go back here so we can do tabs. Let's see what that looks like. So up top here, it's user stats, page stats, and search stats. That's just a different way, different experience for whoever you're sharing a report with. But I personally just like having it on the left-hand side. To me, that's a nice way to do it. And always show. I like to have everything there. So besides that, you also have the ability to schedule an email delivery. When you click on that, it'll pop up a little modal that you can select who you want to send it to. It's by email address. You can customize the email, say a certain subject or a message. You can display certain pages or all pages, whatever you want there. And then you can set it to recur every day, send it at a certain time. Or you can do it weekly, monthly, only weekdays. You can also do a custom time frame, so maybe every like 4 days or 3 days, you can send something out. You can also every month on the last Monday, you can do it on a certain day. So if you actually select this, say Friday, this should update to say every, let's say 1 month on the last Friday. So every last Friday of the month you display this report, or you send this report out to someone. You can do any of that stuff. It's pretty nifty. It's a nice way to build a report and then keep track or remind people that they need to take a look at it every month or every week. Besides that, you can also embed the report. Embedding is pretty cool. If you have a website or an internal site, if you don't have a website and you're using, let's say, Google Sites, for instance, if you know what that is, it's pretty cool. It's also free. Big Google fan here for all the free stuff to run your business. But you can get an embed code or get the embed URL. The URL tends to make it a little bit more simple, so we can copy that to clipboard. And then I should have a site up right now that I can show you. Like I mentioned before, Google Sites absolutely free. You can name it whatever you want. You can style it. There's got a lot of different options, but you can also embed your report. So once you have it embedded, what it's going to look like when you share this out to anybody else is just a little window with your report, and people can mess with it. They can add in certain dates, last 14, apply that, change the report, and there. That way you have a whole report within another web page, and they can also go through all the various pages that you have and see the data that you have. So outside of that, you can also download it. If you download it, it downloads as a PDF. So from the share, it doesn't show that, but if you go to File and then Download as PDF is the only option. So downloading a PDF is nice if you're trying to capture the data in a static way and share it maybe with investors or something like that. You don't want them to see the latest. You want to let them only see static numbers where you can tell a story around it. That could be helpful. Really, up to you. I'm a big fan of just sharing out the link or embedding the report. That way it's dynamic and other people can view it, but it really depends on how you want to tell that story. That's basically how you would clean up your report a little bit and then share it out, whether through email or a link or embedding the report or even as a PDF file. If you do run into any questions or concerns or problems with it, feel free to drop a comment in the section below. We're here to help, so don't be shy. We're here to help everybody get better, more self-sufficient, or just be more of a wow factor to your bosses or your colleagues. If you did like the video though, please don't forget to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we release some new content. For a bunch of more content coming out soon, we're actually going to walk through creating a full report together. And we'll just do it in real time, unscripted or uncut. I think might be the trending word. We'll do some of that, but really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get updates and notifications for when we release that video. That way we can walk through creating a report from scratch together. All right. Well, this has been Bootstrapping Guides, and we're out.